Welcome to Vienna. I'm Daniel, your virtual driving instructor for this tutorial. Are you ready to drive a real 40-ton carrier on rails through the Austrian capital? Alright, then let's get started right away. In this tutorial you will learn all the important basics of the tram and its surroundings without having to browse through boring manuals or instructions. First of all, we will start with the new tram generation in Vienna, the Flexcity, your new future virtual workplace. Here in the cockpit there are many levers and switches. But don't worry, you will quickly learn what they are good for, and in no time you will be able to drive the tram. But before you get to know the most important basics of operating the tram, we want to make sure that you feel comfortable in the new cockpit. With a click on the right mouse button, you can switch back and forth to the free cockpit view to get a good overview of the driver's seat. With another click on the right mouse button, you can fix the viewing direction again. With the spacebar, you can reset your camera view at any time. Let's start with the drive and brake lever on the left side of the seat. At the moment, it is in the 0 position. If you press it forward with key Q, you will accelerate the tram. If you push it towards you with the Z key, you slow down the tram. Press key A to return the drive and brake lever to 0 position to let the tram roll. Actually, very easy, isn't it? If you need to make an emergency stop, press the button X and the tram brakes with maximum braking force and rail brake to a standstill. Before we can start, I have to explain a few things to you. Let's get to the dashboard. Large on the middle touchscreen is the speedometer, and it shows you how fast you're driving. To the left and right of it, the camera images from the outside cameras are displayed, and the left one fades out when you exceed a certain speed. These cameras serve as rear view mirrors to monitor the door area from the outside. This screen can do even more, but you can watch it later at your leisure. Now we still have to connect to the power grid. On the right side of the dashboard there are two white switches. As you can see from the symbols of them, you can raise or lower the pantograph with the O button. Perfect, we are now on the grid. Now let's accelerate a little bit to 30 km per hour to get a feeling for the tram. There you see a stop in front. We gently brake the tram in front of it so that passengers can get on and off. The optimal stopping point is marked at the stops with a yellow dot in the middle of the track at the end of the stop. Make sure that you stop the tram right there with the front of the train. When accelerating or braking down, you have to be careful not to do this too fast or too jerkily so that the passengers are not thrown through the train and no injuries occur. This not only improves the ride comfort, but also contributes to the safety of your passengers. So, steering the tram is not difficult, is it? But the most important part comes now, transporting passengers. On the right side of the driver's seat, there is the right armrest control panel. This is where you control all the important door commands. Actually, it's very easy. The most important buttons are the blue one and the green one in the middle. With the blue button, you release the doors. You can do this by pressing the button number 4 on your numpad. This means that the doors are still closed, but if a passenger wants to get in or out, he can press the push button on the door and it will open. With the green push button, button number 6 on your numpad, you can cancel the door release and the doors will close. The door leave button is then no longer active. Did you hear the check-in bell? This acoustic signal tells you that all the doors are closed. You must remember you're not alone on the tracks. Show the other road users when you turn in the curve by using the turn signal. We now want to turn right. Therefore, press the key minus on your numpad to blink right. To turn off the flasher, simply press the multiplication key on your numpad. If you want to turn left, you have to press the divide button on your numpad. At the next stop, I will show you another important function for the door control. Besides the normal door release, You can also use the central opening with the button number 1 on your numpad, so that the door release is given at the same time all doors of the car open automatically. With the number 3 key on your numpad, you can use the central closing function, which not only cancels the release, but also turns off the light barrier function. Congratulations! You know now the most important basics of tram driving. We will now briefly ring the bell to give a warning signal to other road users to make them aware that we are moving. Just press number 7 on your numpad.
Davidgasse. Umsteigen zu 7a.
Let's start with the main menu. This is the starting point of the simulation. We've taken a lot of effort to develop an appealing and intuitive user interface to make most of the steps super easy to understand. But I want to give you a few tips and information in advance. You have the possibility to choose a free game or the timetable mode when you choose a new game. Important to note that you can only collect TSP TramSim points for the activated timetable if you start in the timetable mode. What these points are for, I will explain a little bit later. At game start, you can choose in which direction you want to start and at which predefined stop your journey starts. In addition, we have integrated the desired time, and as a little gimmick, you can choose to activate the COVID mode so that all passengers and pedestrians wear masks like in the current situation. During the rides, you can collect points, so-called TSP, which stands for TramSim points. You receive these points by performing different tasks or actions during the journey, such as stopping exactly, observing signals, punctuality of the timetable, and many more. Earned points are shown on the right side of the screen by TSP action fade-ins. If you execute many actions correctly one after the other, you can build a so-called TSP combo. If a TSP combo is active, you will receive additional bonus points for every next action. Whether a TSP combo is active or not can be seen from the green color of the TSP action displays. If you make a mistake, the TSP combo will be terminated. But don't worry, you can rebuild it. At the end of each ride, all collected TSPs are added up in the ride report and saved to your profile. Selected game mode and duration of the ride will bring additional points and are multiplied at the end of the session. With the earned TSP, you can increase your level. Levels not only show how experienced you are, but you can also unlock new features and rewards. The higher your level, the more TSP you need to upgrade. In your profile, you can always see how many points you have collected and what level you are at. With higher levels, you will also be able to experience different surprises. For players who want to enjoy the full simulation experience, you can also customize the TSP UI elements displayed in the settings and hide them if necessary. Just go to the menu during the game and configure the elements as you like. Once the simulation is started, you can easily access the pause menu by clicking with the left mouse pointer on the top of the screen or pressing the escape key. There you can set the UI elements, the time, the help and the reference book, and last but not least, you can choose your timetable. In the timetable section, you can select the next departure time for your direction of travel from the respective car circulation, just like in reality. The data is then automatically transferred to the EBIS device in the driver's seat. The train destination display on the outside is automatically set correctly and the announcements are automatically continued for the respective stop. The display also shows you the next stops and the deviation from the specified travel time, whether you're traveling too early or too late, or whether you have to wait for a break at the final stop. When you reach a final stop, the timetable for the selected car circulation changes automatically. If you don't want to travel the entire route and want to start at a stop in between, you can easily advance the stops by pressing the touchscreen on the EBIS device as follows. This way, you can also skip the stops when you're doing a short tour in which you want to turn around early in one of the touring loops along the route. Everything okay so far? Let's now come to our Tram Challenges. The Tram Challenges are small mini simulation games within TramSim. These challenges prove your driving skills. You can start them in the main menu and are automatically guided through the challenge with instructions. There are single and multi-challenges, which will surely be a lot of fun and require some practice and intuition. Finally, it should be mentioned that you can collect Steam achievements for different milestones reached in TramSim. Have a look at your profile on Steam to see what you can unlock. These are the most important gameplay features explained in a quick overview. You have the possibility to look up the tutorial scenarios under Tutorial and Help, or to look up single information about gameplay, signals, or tram control in case you forgot important information. You are now ready to ride the tram through the streets of Vienna. I wish you good luck and lots of fun out there.